Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserreich. As Russia, let's continue on for the last off. So we conquered Central Asia, and we're really just waiting until the second Blitzkrieg begins before we can do our main attack into Germany. And if you happen to join the series, remember to leave a thumbs up down below because it really does help out the channel. But right now, we've got a new Russia, so we're basically just trying to get our way down towards this 10% bonus against Germany. Because it's really good. And I think we only need one of these. Until the enemies, like, this one's okay. 100,000 manpower, which one's actually better right now? Honestly, it actually might be damage to enemy garrison stay occupied by the enemy. So that's if we lose territory, then, like, they'd have a tougher time with it, but, like, that's not very good for us. Assuming, of course, we don't lose any territory. Well, let's go for this option first, Damocles Project, that's fine. I really like nuclear weapons rarely come up in Kaiserreich, so I'm not too concerned about it. And I would like to invite Serbia into our alliance at some point. I mean, we could send, we did send planes down here. You know, some air support. Like, we could also send in some actual divisions, and if we send in divisions into Serbia, maybe we could help defeat the Bulgarians a little bit faster. I mean, I guess we can send one division to every single army. Actually, we can send two here. 2, 1, and 1. So we can actually send 4 units down into the Balkan War. Which we probably do want to do. You want us to deploy one of these tanks, huh? We're not going to deploy the tanks quite yet. But I will deploy 4 of these units. They got deployed up here. That's fine. So 2, 1, and 1. Find you under whatever commanders we actually even just have available. I know these armies aren't going to be great, but they don't need to be great. They just need to be in, like, this territory. So send, you know, 1 guy to here. Send 1 to you, and then send 2 to Romania. We're sending 4 units down here. Should hopefully be enough for us to defeat Bulgaria. Actually, they might even defeat Bulgaria before our troops even actually get there. Which, of course, would be the best case situation for us. Middle Africa's ended their war. They took over just a little bit of territory. Nothing too crazy there. Which is good for us. Well, it's 1938. Honestly, let's get the 1939 techs. I think that's actually going to be completely okay. Let's not crush the rice pack quite yet. I mean, question at Dawn-Cuban Union. I mean, I think it does make some sense in some scenarios. We do need way more artillery. We actually have a lot of rifles. You know what? 5 on you. We'll do something like this. We just need more artillery pieces right now. And when will our units actually arrive? They will arrive in about, like, 1 more week. I mean, really, all Romania has to do is get their way down to Varna. I think once they take Varna, that would be the end of the war for Bulgaria. It's like, can they get there within the next 6 days? Probably not, seeing as there's actually no battles happening right now on this entire river. Oh, no, now there's one, but I don't know if that's attacking Romania or being attacked by Romania. Yeah, it's like, I don't think we need to deploy in these units. Like, you guys should be good. You'll deploy in the Green Army when you can. Our units have now arrived. Can I make you into one big army? The answer is no. And that's okay, but we're just gonna throw all 4 divisions onto this one front. And we're really just gonna push away straight to Varna. That's really the only place we need to go. Oh, so if that's the case, why would I go here and not just into this little pocket? It's definitely riskier. But I think it could work. Again, we're really just trying to push in, like, one province. It is a city, which I think is about a negative 20% modifier. Actually, no, it's considered plains. Never mind. We really shouldn't have that much difficulty getting there at all. Apparently, this city right here is actually completely abandoned. Why would you not have anybody in this province? I don't know. But I guess we'll go here. You'll go here. I mean, it's not going to be a complete surround on Varna, but it's still looking pretty good. We get this city. This Bulgarian unit should end up going down. Also, we're not going to give any weapons to the Americans at all. I really don't think that actually makes any sense for us whatsoever. What if we actually... What if we just surround Varna? it might make the AI want to just abandon this position. And if that happens, then we just take the city immediately and win. And that seems pretty good. We'll also get advanced machine tools. Seems nice for us. I know you guys are a little bit weak right now. I mean, Varna's the capital, so I don't know if the AI will actually abandon it or not. And we should get this round in just a moment. There we go. The question really is will this one division actually try to leave? I don't know. It's possible. It looks like we are getting some more reinforcements around. This one Serbian cavalry division is going to help us out. Assuming we don't die first, but I don't think we will. Let me just throw you back here. You're still encircled. And we should end up winning the war. Of course, we're the ones who actually have to make the war finish. I mean, Bulgaria. I mean, they take back Sofia. Really? Also, are we surrounded? No. We're not. How? I guess we're connected maybe like right here. I'm actually not too sure. This cavalry division did get surrounded. We take over Varna, which we now have done. Now that we have this area secure, we have Varna under our control. I mean, it would have been great if, you know, they didn't lose Sofia. You know, that would have made our life a little bit better, but, you know, you can't win them all. Other than that, we're looking pretty okay. Our allies will eventually come back over towards Sofia. Should help them win their war. How many troops are we missing on the finish line? Because Finland right now has not a lot of troops. Yeah, we're seeing a lot, but I don't know if it's considering like this C zone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Okay, so I gotta see. 10 out of it. Yeah, we need about 8 more divisions, which you can actually probably do with just you guys. Yeah, you're actually gonna be 10 more. We'll put you into Petrograd. Deploy whenever you can. And it looks like we're now in a secure position, where we want to probably send all of our units again just towards Sofia. It sucks that we have to do this with like 4 separate armies. Or I guess 3 separate armies, because they don't want to combine into one group. Pavlov, Grov, and the KPZ NRPR. Rapidly growing in strength during the 1930s, the NRPR absorbed several other far-right parties in the Russian sphere to its enormous mass, all of them bringing political concepts and ideas of their own. One of these was the Peasant Green Party, led by Pavlov, Gorlogov, the Kuban Cossack writer and political ideologue. Though as Russian chauvinist, anti-Semitic, and nationalist as any other member of Savinkov's party, the KPZ emphasizes the connection with Russian people have with the soil and the peasant life. After Savinkov took over Russia, Pavlov Gorlov, now appointed as Minister of Agriculture, has begun taking tours across the country, bringing the message of the NRPR to dozens of villages across central and southern Russia. His call for Russia for Russians and his emphasis for the national peasantry reflects in his reforms he's undertaken ever since his appointment. Their aim is to turn Russian villages into tightly knit, ethnically pure communities, perfectly obedient to the laws and the representative of the Russian national superiority. Gorgolov's views are some highly eccentric, and even his subordinates aren't sure whether he is sane. His emphasis on the peasant culminates in a side belief that wild, primitive, and Scythian Russian civilization or Western civilization establish a new order across the world. His somewhat low-ranking role in the government means that this creed has little influence over the government, although his agrarian faction within the NRPR, composed mostly of 4 members of the KPZ, stand by his ideology. So we get 3 infrastructure and stability. I see no reason to say no to that. Collaborationist government, but what does like collaborationist government do? Collaborationist government do in Kaiserreich? Like, does it actually even work? I'm really not too sure, but we will get a cryptology department. I feel like I've been kind of neglecting those recently, which I probably should not be doing. Where's the Purple Army? The Purple Army actually never gets deployed over here. Okay. Send them over, please, and thank you. I see one blue army unit. Oh, the other guy's defending. Okay. Please leave. I mean, could we probably... We might be able to push away into Sofia. I mean, do still have air superiority. Yeah, so at least want to be attacking from 2 different directions. We got one more unit from blue army. And you were the organization recovery rate and manpower. I mean, that's all pretty good. I wouldn't say no. Somebody did point out that I did take mobile warfare here. And then in my actual research, did take grand battle plan, which is my own fault. So we'll probably just go and research mobile warfare afterwards. Because I'm dumb and clicked the wrong button. We'll worry about that in the future. After that, armor technology, more bonus to land doctrine. I don't think any attacks. You know, because, I mean, 1 year though. I mean, it's still pretty good, you know what? If we can industrialize right now, it's going to be probably for the best. Again, we're going to keep on trying to attack our way into Sofia. It would be really nice if the Romanians or the Serbians or the Greeks or anybody tried to actually help me out in this attack, but apparently they have no interest in actually doing that. So we've got some Bulgarian tanks trying to cut off Greece from... I mean, Greece is completely exposed, which is really disappointing, but I think Sofia is about to fall, and that should, I think, lead to the end of the war with Bulgaria. I mean, is that even going to be a capitulation? Because it doesn't need to capitulate, it just needs to get the vent to fire. But actually, it might be a capitulation either way. We got him down to 15%. Under normal circumstances, this would be a coalition, or a capitulation, but it looks like Bulgaria has surrendered. Serbia! Well, the following must be true. Austria has been defeated. Austria is subject of another country. I mean, I would like to offer them an alliance, but apparently you can't do that until after Austria's been defeated. That seems a little bit much, but okay. I mean, it's still probably better for them to be more aligned towards us. I mean, Romania, it'd be nice if they join our faction as well. I'd see no reason to say no. Okay, so we got our cryptology department. We're going to immediately try to decipher some German communications. It's going to take 1,980 days, but we'll get there eventually. Did I not select? Yeah, no, I selected it. Fantastic. Okay. So these guys are now starting to deploy. I think we're just going to deploy all of them at once. It really doesn't make a huge, huge difference. And the federal government's collapsed. Not a huge surprise. And all of these volunteers. What do I do with you? Yeah, that seems alright. So they got a little bit of combat experience, which is good. I believe you are the upgraded light tank, so we'll just keep on upgrading you. And we're still making a lot of heavy tanks. I mean, how much are we actually making? We're missing 335, but he's done it in less than a year, which I think is completely okay. Also, these tanks will deploy... I guess we'll deploy them down in the south. So 2 of these heavy tank divisions actually deploy tomorrow then. The other light tank divisions, they'll deploy down here as well. Genghis Khan's legacy. Nikolai Trubetskoy. Infamous linguist and historian Prince Nikolai turned to politics in the 1930s and now chosen to codify his ideological doctrine of Eurasianism into a single book, Genghis Khan's Legacy, a look at Russian history from the East. It has already begun making rounds across Russian literacy circles, and crude quotes are being passed around the public. Eurasianism believes in the concept of living space, geographical conditions which define the people living within them. People who live in the same biome or geographical area form a common civilization and have a natural desire to unite. Russia, in their view, forms a core of the steppe civilization, which encompasses all the people of Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Eurasianists ascribe themselves to a collective kingship and call for them to unite under the Russian rule. Trubetskoy declares that the Grand Duchy of Moscow, and therefore Russia, is the successor to the Mongol Empire, and Genghis Khan was the hero of the Russian people. This Russian Eurasia needs to embody the ideas and beliefs of the Eurasianists, which Eurasianists believe are Eurasian, selflessness, heroism, social hierarchy, and obedience. Eurasianists believe that democracy is a form of governance for sea peoples and is completely unfitting for Russia. Not only should Russia fight against democracy, which was being imposed upon it, but should also liberate other non-European nations from Western rule and defeat what they perceive as Western cultural imperialism. After publication of the book, its ideas began to float around the Russian right. We get more stability, which I'll take. We're actually almost on 100%, which I think is pretty good for us. What I think I will do is we're going to make just like a pure tank army. Do we have anybody who's like a panzer leader? Oh, the supplies, not bad. Can I look at this like panzer? I do have one panzer leader. But I have better panzer leaders because you're planning speed, attack +1. You are currently leading Purple Army. Max entrenchment. You know what? I'm going to assign you to this army. We'll assign someone else into purple. They don't need to be they don't need to be panzer leader. It's fine. Yeah, there we go. Who's the best for attack? It looks like it's going to be you. So we'll put you in charge of Purple Army. Congratulations on your promotion. And any other army that has a tank in it right now is going to get thrown into Blue Army. Because he is our tank commander, and he shall lead the tanks. I'll throw you all into this. You, congratulations, have like a pretty strong army. And your job is basically... I mean, I want to be driving straight to Kiev. Yeah, so that's going to be your first objective, is to drive into Kiev with a nice tank force, I would say. We'll, of course, try to deploy more tanks whenever we can. I mean, could I deploy more infantry? I have 21,000 rifles, so the answer, it looks like, would be yes. And we'll deploy some of the infantry that don't require artillery pieces, because we don't have that much artillery right now. We have a lot of guns, not a lot of artillery. And we could... I mean, we can't actually support that many more divisions, but we do need to upgrade... Yeah, go to Persian mobilization, which allows us to train up more units. Again, 200, I believe, is the max amount of divisions you can have without going over supplies. I think 200 is just like the max cap. Right? No, it's 200 with war economy. It's 300 total mobilization, but I don't think we want to ever go up to total mobilization. It's usually pretty bad because of the massive manpower penalties that you're going to end up taking. Also, the tank army, you guys can be just pitch black. You could be the Black Army. Sichuan clique. Everybody's joining some factions over in China. Can't really upgrade any of our tanks until I think like 1941, so we're going to kind of wait on that. Yeah, we're also going to switch over to mobile warfare. I apologize. Like, that's a whole research that we should not even have taken. I think I wasted like 2 bonuses on that. Completely my own fault. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here. So you guys have joined a faction. The Qing government is not going to survive for too much longer. Patagonia has won their war, and the Ottomans looks like they're probably going to end up winning their war as well. Even with Triple Otani joining the Cairo Pact, the Ottomans are actually going to win. Chile joining the Third International. Again, that's kind of okay. Brazil, what are you actually going to do? Right now, the conservatives are in charge, so I think you need to go for the Entente or the Reichspakt. Of course, we prefer for you to join the Entente, because I don't think there's any reason we'd ever go to war with the Entente. And I think the only faction we want to lose in America would be the American Union States, because they can join the Germans. The CSA can join the International, and that can definitely prove to be an annoyance. Of course, we do prefer the Pacific States to win. And you know what? Send 2,000 guns to PSA. We have enough. We have an extra 3,000 rifles, even after producing these 15 infantry divisions. Now, we should still be pretty okay. Right now, we're at 150 divisions for our cap. Only one of these infantry are actually going to deploy, though. Just basically trying to fill out the rest of these lines. I'm looking at this. Finland shouldn't be too much of a problem. Probably can crush them relatively easily, then push our way into Sweden. Just Green Army should be capable of doing that. The question, I think, air bases is not bad. I guess we gotta get both to get the bonus here. That's fine. So we kill Finland, then we have like an offensive line in like Sweden. slowly push our way down south. Depends on what like Norway does. I'm assuming Norway is going to die. Like that's just what Norway does in this situation, is they end up being like just murdered. You are another heavy tank. We'll throw you into Black Army. And I'm hoping that these tanks, I mean, what are they composed of right now? I mean, only 12 combat width, which is not great. Right now we have 9 tanks. Honestly, deploy the 2 light tanks. Throw them in the Black Army. Because you're also, I'm assuming, 12 combat width. No, you're 14. You're slightly bigger. But, like, that still isn't actually great, though. We want to at least be, like, 20 combat width, if that's possible. Also, yeah, let's shrink you down. Just 2 more heavy tanks, I think. If even that. Actually, let me look at this. You are currently 3 heavies, 8 light tanks. What's better, having... Because we're making 6.4, 2 of these a day. Like, we don't make tanks very fast. Do we even need this many? I mean, 9,000 rifles. Once we have a stockpile of, let's say, 30,000 rifles, we can kind of slow down on production there. And we should be looking a little bit better. Germany's declared war on Lithuania. Lithuania! Revolt in the Reichspakt. Never another Brest-Litov. Now the situation in Russia has begun to stabilize. The Russian people have begun to turn westwards. The Treaty of Brest-Litov has been paraded as an example of a punitive treaty since its inception, but only now has Russia gone confident enough to consider repudiating it. Printing presses are publishing maps and treaties where Russia's western neighbors are declaring German-occupied western territories. The locals living there are described as suffering, awaiting the return of Mother Russia. This is one issue which can unite the Russians right, left, and center, though for different reasons. Russian nationalists obviously seek revenge against Germany, whereas leftists see Germany as a hegemon which prevents the rise of socialism and syndicalism in Europe. No matter what regime may be in charge, they need a place to place the reconquest of Russia's western territories at the top of the priority list. If you want to see Russia start this war, however, the general line of thought among the Russian populace, intellectuals, and politicians is that Russia needs to wait, observe, and ascend like a hawk when Germany is focused elsewhere. Cunning has saved Russia in countless wars before, and this moment shall be no different. More stability, more war support. Hitting 100% stability is really nice. Like, a few episodes ago, we were, what, like, negative 20 or something like that? But I do think that at least right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks very much for watching. My name is Anthnwam. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not doing, close yourself down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.